All right, for 8.2, we're going to look at multiplying polynomials. And so all we're doing is distributing. And let's, as a refresher, remember our product rule is that we add exponents when we are multiplying variables. We add exponents, so if I have x to the a times x to the b, that's going to be equal to x to the a plus b. Okay, so example 1. I have this x that I'm going to distribute to both things in the parentheses. X times x is x squared. X times 4 is 4x. That I cannot combine these because they're not like terms, and it is in standard form because my highest exponent is first and it goes down from there, so that would be my answer. Okay, we'll do the same thing here for example 2. So I'm distributing 5m to the third to all three of these things in parentheses. So here 5 times 3 is 15, and when I add those exponents together, I get m to the fifth. Remember, if there's nothing written, it's like a 1. So 5 times -1 would give me -5, and then m to the third times m is m to the fourth. And then for the last one, 5 times -7 is -35. Because this term does not have an m, I'm just going to bring down my m to the third. Okay, double check my exponents go in order from greatest to least, and we are all finished. All right, skipping down to number 10, sometimes we have multiple variables, but we did this in our unit on exponents. It's the same thing. So here, 3xy times x squared, that's going to be 3. X times x squared is x to the third, and then y, I'm just going to bring down because there's no y in this term. Then I have 3xy times xy. Okay, so 3 times 1 is 3. X times x is x squared. Y times y is y squared. Right, and then my last term, 3xy times y squared. All right, 3, there is no x, so I'm just going to carry the x that's in my original term, and then y times y squared is y to the third. So it should look something like that. Okay, kind of just putting together some different concepts. We did distributing with square roots, and then we did multiplying with multiple variables in our exponent units. So it's just kind of putting things together in one problem. Okay, and then the other thing we can do is we can multiply two binomials. Remember, binomial means it has two terms. So this has two terms, this has two terms. I multiply them together. Again, just like we did with square roots, you'll see FOIL, or you're distributing twice. So I'm going to distribute x to everything in that second set of parentheses. X times x is x squared. X times 4 is 4x. And then I'm going to distribute positive 2 to everything in that second set of parentheses. So 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 4 is 8. Then I have to look and see, do I have like terms? All right, 4x and 2x are like terms, so they can be combined. So I have x squared plus 6x plus 8, and that would be my final answer. Now, a second way to do this problem is something called the box method. So I'm going to show you that as well. And just like everything else where I show you multiple ways, you pick the one that makes the most sense to your brain. So I'm going to take my first set of parentheses, I'm going to put it down here, and 1 in each box. So I have 2x and then positive 1. And then my second set of parentheses, I have x and then -5. So then in each box, I'm just multiplying the two things. So 2x times x gives me 2x squared. 2x times -5 gives me -10x. 1 times x is x, and 1 times -5 is -5. And then when I write my answer, usually what happens is diagonally, we have like terms that I can combine. So my answer would be 2x squared. And then when I combine my like terms, x minus 10x is -9x. And then I have -5. Okay, and so that would be my final answer. Right? You will get the same answer whether you do FOIL or the box. So it's totally up to you which one you like better. Try a couple problems with each different method and then pick the one that you like the best.